World Vision was founded in 1950 by Bob Pierce after a visit to China, where he was deeply affected by the plight of children suffering from a lack of food and proper care. Today, one man's dream has grown to encompass over 40,000 staff in more than 90 countries around the world, bringing fullness of life to millions of children and their families. World Vision was launched in Sri Lanka in 1977 and has since been serving the children of Sri Lanka in all districts across the country and helping children and their families overcome poverty and reach their full potential. World Vision Lanka's programs are spread across 20 districts and more than 1,200 villages, reaching over 700,000 beneficiaries, including over 240,000 children. To date, World Vision Lanka has invested more than $350 million. 35 years of caring commitment. World Vision Sri Lanka. A distinctive feature of World Vision's work is its long-term approach towards sustainable development through its Area Development Programs or ADPs, which have a typical lifespan of 10 to 15 years. ADPs are usually established in the most underdeveloped and poorest regions in the country and initiated in clearly defined geographical clusters of rural or urban communities. In partnership with the community, World Vision's work is driven by three integrated pillars of focus: development, emergency relief, and advocacy. World Vision's work is focused on four key sectors: education, health and nutrition, water and sanitation, and economic development. Interwoven into all programs are cross-cutting themes of environment, child protection, gender, HIV and AIDS, disability, and peace building. Children are always at the heart of World Vision's work, and its response and focus is especially aligned to the well-being and empowerment of children, their families, and their communities. Water is the most essential of basic needs. Despite being surrounded by water and with many water sources within the country, there are still many vulnerable populations with no access to clean water, and a large percentage of children suffer from waterborne diseases every year.
අපි වර්ල්ඩ් විෂන් ආයතනයත් සම්බන්ධ කරාගෙන ගමේ ප්‍රජාවත් එක්කලා මුලින්ම කලේ ගෙවල් වල තියෙන වතුර චෙක් කරුවා. චෙක් කරද්දී කිව්වා මේවා බොන්න එපා, මේවා තනිකරම වසවිස කලවම් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ කියලා. ඊට පස්සේ තමයි මේ ගමේ ප්‍රජාවත් එකතු වෙලා ආයතනයත් හුඟක් සහයෝගය අරගෙන මේ ජල ව්‍යාප්තිය ගොඩනැගුවා.
While supporting the government's efforts towards achieving its Millennium Goals, World Vision's water and sanitation activities aim to assist rural communities gain access to clean and safe water supplies, sanitation and hygiene.
ඉස්සර මට වතුර බිව්වාම ලඩ හැදුනා. වෙල්ෂන් එකේ මාමලා දුන්න වතුර ගොඩක් හොඳයි. මම ඉස්කෝලේ ගෙනියන්නෙත් ඒ වතුරමයි.
Minya is a small village situated on the sandy strip of the Kalpite Peninsula. The leaching of large amounts of agrochemicals and pesticides used in the surrounding cultivations heavily contaminated the groundwater, making it unsuitable for use. Not a single well in Minya had water that was potable. The nitrate concentration in the groundwater exceeded the tolerance level. The area had no electricity. In an innovative approach using alternative energy, World Vision used windmills and solar panels to deliver water to the communities. The project harnesses wind and solar energy through windmills and solar panels to charge the battery pack of the unit which pumps water from the well, through a system of filtration plants and into an overhead tank. The tank then delivers pipe-borne water to the families in the area.
දැන් අපිට මේ ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එක අපිටම බාර දීලා තියෙන්නේ මේකේ නඩත්තු කටයුතු හැම දෙයක්ම අපි තමයි ප්‍රශ්න විසඳගෙන අපි තමයි මේක බලා හදාගෙන කරගෙන යන්නේ අපි මේක හරියට කරනවද මේකේ මොන හරි ප්‍රශ්න ගැටලු තියෙනවද කියලා ආයතනයෙන් ඇවිල්ලා හොයලා බලනවා නඩත්තුව කරගෙන යන්නේ ගමේ ප්‍රජාව
දැන් අර තිබිච්ච ලෙඩ දුක් ගතිය කිසිම දෙයක් නැහැ මේක හුඟක් හොඳ දෙයක් මම බැලුවේ විශේෂයෙන්ම මහා කට්ටියට ලොකු ප්‍රජාවට වඩා මේ අනාගත පරම්පරාවට තමයි මේක වටින්නේ කියන අදහස.
The Rural Integrated Water Sanitation and Hygiene or REWASH project focused on building the capacity of the local government officials to develop sustainable community-supported master plans for key areas. 9 rural water supply schemes were completed in Ampara and Patiklo districts in the eastern parts of Sri Lanka, with the aim of providing safe drinking water to the rural population, helping them improve their living standards.
தண்ணி தான் கஷ்டப்பட்ட அப்புறம் தண்ணி எல்லாம் செடியெல்லாம் முடிச்சிட்டாங்க அப்புறம் டொய்லெட் பிரச்சனை அதுவும் கட்டி தந்தாங்க இப்போ தண்ணியில் ஒரு பிரச்சனையும் இல்லை இப்போ எல்லாம் நல்லபடியாக இருக்குது
REWASH constructed 1,257 household toilets in both districts. The project is now being replicated in the central province in the plantation communities, who are among the most impoverished in the country. The project will directly provide water supply and sanitation facilities to over 23,000 persons, including 7,500 school children, scattered over a number of estates, schools and rural villages in the Nuwara district. In many poverty-stricken communities in Sri Lanka, education still remains a privilege, and children are easily pulled out of school and pushed into the labour force. One of the biggest issues was the high dropout rates in the schools due to a combination of a lack of importance attached to education by parents and the need to balance the economic needs of families.
වර්ල්විෂන් ආයතනයේ එන්න කලින් අපේ පාසලට තිබුණු ආරමුණ තමයි ළමුන්ව පාසල් ගත කර ගැනීම. ඒ කියන්නේ පාසල් යා යුතු වයසේ ළමුන් පාසලට ඇතුළත් කර ගැනීමත් දිනපතා පැමිණීමත් වර්ධනය කරගන්න. වර්ල්විෂන් ආයතනයේ ආවට පස්සේ අර භෞතික සම්පත් ලැබීම දරුවන්ට අවශ්‍ය මූලික පහසුකම් ලැබීම තුළ දරුවගේ පාසල් ඇතුළත් වීමේ ප්‍රතිශතය වැඩි වුණා. ඒකට තවත් හේතුවක් වුණා ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ස්වේච්ඡා සේවිකාවෝ ගෙවල් ගානේ ගිහිල්ලා දරුවන්ව පාසල් ගත කරන්න උදව් කළා. ඊළඟට අර භෞතික සම්පත් ලැබිච්ච නිසා පැමිණීම වැඩි වුණා. මේ දෙක තුල පාසලේ ළමයින්ගේ ප්‍රතිශතය ඉතා ඉහළ ගියා.
World Vision's work is focused on ensuring education for every child and assisting the government in improving the education system by supporting teacher training and providing infrastructure facilities. Of all the activities of World Vision, Child Societies is the most popular among children. In here, there is space for every child to express their opinion, develop their talents, support each other and be empowered. Isolated children find friends. Backward children discover hidden talents and they are molded to become confident leaders of tomorrow. They also participate in decision-making in their villages and support the development work through a variety of activities such as Shramadana and health campaigns, and stay alert for friends who drop out of school.
අපි ළමා සමාජයට ආපු නිසා තමයි අපි සමාජයක් ඉදිරියේ අපේ දක්ෂතා ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න පුළුවන් වුණේ. වගේම තමයි කතා කරන හැකියාව උනත් අපිට ලැබුණේ ළමා සමාජයෙන්.
සාමූහික ක්‍රියාකාරකම් වලින් තිබෙන වාසි ඒ පිළිබඳ බොහෝ දේ දැන ගැනීමට හැකි වුණා මේ ළමා සමාජ ව්‍යාපාරය නිසා මට.
Today there are over 900 child societies with more than 54,000 active members in the areas we work. The Tikiri Shilpa program is a novel innovation by World Vision Lanka to create a space for the talents and voice of children.
ආයිබෝවන් ටිකිරි ශිල්ප තුලින් අපි ඔබ හමුවට.
The programs are broadcast on national television and afford an opportunity to children from the rural areas to share their experiences and showcase their creative talents to the children in the rest of the country.
හරි වැඩේ. එතකොට මම නරකයි.
මල්ලමා මට පොම් අවුරුට නුර්රිය කල්ලඩකලා.
The program also carries advocacy messaging around key issues in the communities around child rights, protection, domestic violence, gender, environment and peace building, presented through drama and song.
கலாச்சாரத்தின போட்டிகள் நடத்தப்பட்டு பரிசில்களும் வழங்கப்பட்டதுடன் நாடகத்துறையில் ஆர்வம் கொண்ட எமது நண்பர்களை ஊக்குவிக்கும் முகமாக
The health of a country is its wealth, and Sri Lanka is one of the countries which has shown marked improvement in this sector. However, maternal and child health problems continue to be the most pressing issues in Sri Lanka, and malnutrition is the most serious of them all. With wide disparities in the health and nutritional conditions of children living in challenged areas. The mother and child remain priority in World Vision's activities under the health and nutrition sector, with a variety of programs implemented to fight malnutrition and uplift the nutritional status especially of children below the age of 5.
இரும்புச்சத்து குறைபாடான பிள்ளைகளை தெரிவு செஞ்சு எடுத்து அதில் அந்த பிள்ளைகளுக்கு என்ன செய்யணும், அவங்களுக்கு எப்படிப்பட்ட உணவு கொடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லியெல்லாம் எங்களுக்கு சொல்லி தந்தாங்க. அயன் பிரமாண இரும்புச்சத்து குறைபாடான பிள்ளை இருந்து இப்போ அப்படி இல்லை, இப்போ நல்ல நிலையில் இருக்குது.
World Vision Lanka has intentionally woven its strategy around the Millennium Development Goals or MDGs and has been supporting the country's efforts at reaching its targets through a range of programs and activities in health and nutrition, education, and water and sanitation. A key area of focus is MDGs number 4 and 5 pertaining to maternal and child health. Although there is a gradual drop in the unemployment rate in Sri Lanka, a large percentage of the 7.5 million employed population do not have a stable income.
වගයිඩන් වගේ නැති දුප්පත් පවුල අපි තෝරගෙන ඒගොල්ලෝ අපිට පුහුණුවක් ලබා දුන්න. දැන් මට ලබා දුන්නේ බෑග් පුහුණුවක්, හෑන්ඩ් බෑග්, ටැරින් බෑග් වගේ සියලුම බෑග් වර්ග. ඇත්තටම මම හිතුවේ නැහැ මට පවුලේ ආදායමට වගේ ශක්තියක් එන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි කියලා. ඒ වගේම පිට ගිහිලා රැකියාවක් කරන්න බෑ මට ළමයි 3 දෙනාගේ ආරක්ෂාව ඉගෙනීම බලන්න ඕන නිසා. ඉතින් ඒ අතින් බලනකොට මට දැන් ගෙදරම ඉඳගෙන ඒ 3 දෙනාගේ වැඩ කරගෙන උයන පින වැඩ කරගෙන අමතර විදිහට මේ ලොකු ආදායමක් මේකෙන් උපයන්න පුළුවන් වෙලා තියෙනවා.
මෙහුම් පාඨමාලාව කරන්න මට මුල් මඩිතාලමුණේ වොලිෂන් ආයතනය ළමයි ඇඳුම් ඉඳලා කාන්තා සියලුම ඇඳුම් වර්ග මහණ හැටි මට මූලිකවම ඉගෙනුවා. මම ඒ ගැන ගොඩක් සතුටු වෙනවා. ඒ වගේම වොලිෂන් ආයතනයට ගොඩාක් ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා. තව තවත් ඉදිරියට මේ දේවල් කරන්න ශක්තියක් ලැබුණේ වොලිෂන් ආයතනය නිසා. වරින් වර කැඳවල ආයතනයට අපගේ දියුණුව සහ කර්මාන්තයේ දියුණුවට ගොඩක් උපදෙස් ලබා දුන්නා.
පුහුණු කරේ දින 18යි. ඒ දින 18න් තමයි සම්පූර්ණ පුහුණුව ගත්තේ. වොලිෂන් ආයතනයේ සම්පූර්ණ සහයෝගය. දවස් 18 වැඩ කරන ගමනුත් මං ගෙදර බඩු ගෙනල්ලා වැඩ කරා. ඒකෙන් තමයි මට ගොඩාක්ම මේ වැඩි දුර පුහුණුව ආවේ. හොඳ ව්‍යාපාරයක් මං කරගෙන යනවා.
Through a variety of activities such as home gardening, animal husbandry and agriculture under the economic development sector, World Vision assists the poorest of the poor families develop a sustainable income and find access to markets. The activities also focus on giving them new knowledge and skills and introducing them to new economic activities apart from the traditional ones they are familiar with. The tsunami of 26th December 2004 marked a watershed in the history of World Vision in Sri Lanka. World Vision Lanka launched a massive $120 million tsunami recovery program, working in almost all affected districts across the country. World Vision Lanka built 2,300 new houses and repaired a further 1,204 which were damaged. A total of 57 schools, 16 preschools, child-friendly spaces, health centers, bridges, water towers, canals and irrigation systems and many other infrastructure requirements around the country.
මෙම ගොඩනැගිලි සංකීර්ණය ලැබෙන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලා අපේ තිබුණ ඉතාම කුඩා ඉඩකඩ පහසුකම් අඩු ගොඩනැගිලි දෙකක් අබලන් තත්ත්වෙත් තිබුණේ. ඇත්තටම ළමයි සතුටින් ප්‍රබෝධයෙන් ඉගෙන ගත්තෙත් නෑ. හරි අකමැත්තෙන් තමයි ඒවට යන්නේ. හිර වෙලා තදබදේ තිබුණා. ඉතින් මේවා විශාල ගොඩනැගිලි සංකීර්ණය ලැබුණ නිසා ළමයිගේ අධ්‍යාපනයේ ගුණාත්මක සංවර්ධනය ඉහළ ගියා කියලා මට හිතෙනවා. එතකොට ඉස්සර ඉඩකඩ තිබ්බ පුස්තකාලයක් තිබුණේ නෑ. පරිගණක ඒකකයක් ස්ථාපනය කරලා තිබුණේ නෑ. ඒකට මල්ටිමීඩියා යුනිට් එකක් තිබුණෙත් නැහැ. විද්‍යාගාරයත් ඉතාම කුඩා විද්‍යාගාරයක් තමයි තිබුණේ වෙන ගොඩනැගිල්ලක. ඒකත් අබලන් තත්ත්වයේ තිබුණේ. ළමයිට අවස්ථාව හම්බුන්නේ නැහැ හොඳට ප්‍රබෝධයෙන් ඉගෙන ගන්න. හැමෝටම පහසුකම් දෙන්න පුළුවන් කමක් තිබුණේ නැහැ. මේ ගොඩනැගිලි සංකීර්ණය ලැබුණාට පස්සේ ළමයිට ඉතාම සතුටින් ඉගෙන ගන්න අවස්ථාව ලැබුණා කියලා මට හිතෙනවා.
World Vision Lanka has been responding to both natural and man-made disasters in Sri Lanka, including floods, drought, the war, and supporting the affected families with water, food, and non-food items, health and nutrition, shelter, and psychosocial programs. World Vision provided continuous relief support in the humanitarian crisis during the war and through their displacement. World Vision was among the first NGOs that was allowed access to the northern districts of resettlement after the war, and soon began the resettlement and rehabilitation work to help returning communities rebuild their lives and return to normality.
இங்கே மலைசலா கூடமும் இல்லாட்டிக்கு ஒழுங்கான வீடு வீட்டில் முதல்ல வந்து தரப்பால்லாம் இருந்தவை. தரப்பால் மழைக்கு பிஞ்சு போகும், வெயிலுக்கு வெடிக்கும், அதால் பெரிய இடர்பட்டு கொண்டு வந்தது. இப்போ இதால் இப்போ வேர்ல்ட் விஷன் வீட்டால் இப்போ ஓரளவு தங்களோட வாழ்க்கையை ஓரளவு நிம்மதியாக கழிக்கக்கூடிய மாதிரி இருக்குது.
The rehabilitation program focuses on livelihood recovery, economic development, education, shelter and health and nutrition, and water and sanitation. With the 26-year-long war finally over, Sri Lanka now faced the enormous challenge of healing fractured communities and helping them to rebuild their lives once again.
4 பேரோட நல்ல விதமாக கதைப்பதற்கும் வேலையை செய்வதற்கும் ஒரு ஊக்குவிப்பும். ஏனென்றால் வீட்டுக்குள்ளேயே முடங்கி எந்த ஒரு இதுவும் பிரச்சனையை மனதிலேயே கொண்டு ஒவ்வொரு பெண்களும் மனதுக்குள்ளேயே பூட்டி கொண்டிருந்த வேதனைகளை இப்போ 4 பேருடன் கதைத்தவுடன் அந்த தீர்வுகள் நிரந்தரமாக நீக்கப்படுகிறது. ஏனென்றால் வேலை செய்வதுடன் மனதி ஒரு நிம்மதியும் மனது ஒரு சந்தோஷமாகவும் இருக்கின்றது.
World Vision's Cash for Work program is a short-term intervention providing temporary employment to returning communities.
வீட்டிலே எல்லாம் பெண்கள் எல்லாம் சும்மா இதாக இருக்கிற விதான ஒரு வருமானம் இல்லாமல் தங்களோட அந்த வாழ்க்கையை கொண்டு நடத்த இது இல்லாமல் உதவி இல்லாமல் இருந்தது. இப்போ நீங்கள் இந்த 600 ரூபாயோட இந்த வேலை திட்டத்தை கொண்டு வந்தால் அவை அந்த காசை பெற்று தங்களோட வாழ்க்கையை உதவியாய் கிடைக்கிற மாதிரி சந்தோஷப்பட்டு கொண்டு தான் இருக்கிறோம் எல்லாரும்.
A key aspect of the program is that it allows recipients to preserve their dignity and gives them an opportunity to be part of the rebuilding effort. Focusing mainly on providing employment to women, the program has benefited over 2,000 families and has rebuilt 65 kilometers of road and canals. The livelihood recovery was not only an immediate need of the returnees, but was also the first step in rebuilding their lives and helping them to return to normality. For the Silawatha fisher community, the orange and white boats not only meant recovery, but also the hope of a new horizon.
இப்படியான கஷ்டமாக இருக்கிற நேரத்தில் எங்களுக்கு வேர்ல்ட் விஷன் நிறுவனம் எங்களுக்கு கடத்தொழில் சம்மந்தம் உதவுறதுக்கு முன் வந்துள்ளது. அவைகள் எங்களுக்கு போட்டு இன்ஜின் அதுக்குரிய பலிகள் அதை பற்றி செய்யக்கூடிய மாதிரி சகல உதவிகளை எங்களுக்கு சேர்ந்தது. என்ன மாதிரி கன பேருக்கு இங்கே அந்த தொழில் கிடைக்கக்கூடிய மாதிரி.
Helping children catch up with studies they had missed due to the war was a priority for World Vision. While supporting them with extra classes, immediate action was taken to renovate and rebuild their damaged school buildings, providing them a safe place to study once again.
கட்டிடம் முடிவடைந்தவுடனே எங்களுக்கு 300 மாணவர்கள் விரைவாக வந்து சேர்ந்து தங்களுடைய கல்வியை தொடரக்கூடியதாக இருந்தது. இதற்கு இந்த வேர்ல்ட் விஷன் நிறுவனத்தினர் செய்த உதவிதான், அந்த அமைத்த கட்டிடம் தான் எங்களுக்கு அதுக்கு வழிவகுத்தது என்று நான் கூறிக்கொள்ள விரும்புகிறேன்.
The playgrounds that once were the preserve of bunkers are now decorated with play equipment to return to the joys of playtime. Preschools not only provide for their educational needs but also care for their nutritional needs.
நாங்களும் சரியா கஷ்டப்பட அந்த நேரம் தான் வேர்ல்ட் விஷனை நாங்கள் ஒரு உதவியை நாடி நாங்கள் எங்களுக்கு இதை செய்து தாங்க உண்டு. அந்த நேரம் எங்களோட காணி எங்களுக்கு சொந்தமாக இருந்ததுனால இந்த கட்டிடத்தை முதத்திரமா எங்களை செய்து தந்தவே.
People living in northern Sri Lanka had experienced prolonged conflict, displacement and extreme poverty. As families resettle in their villages and begin to rebuild their lives, often their most urgent and important need is mental health and well-being. With this in mind, World Vision launched the Reconciliation Through Mental Health in the Northern Districts, or REMIND project, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health.
நாங்கள் எவ்வளவு ஆறுதலாக இருந்து கதைக்க முடியுமோ அவ்வளவு ஆறுதலாக இருந்து கதைச்சு அவங்க கோவப்பட்டாலும் நாங்கள் கோவப்படாமல் அன்பாக கதைக்கிறது, அவங்கள ஏற்றுக்கொள்ள வைக்கிறது. உங்களுக்கு உங்களோட பிள்ளை இழந்தது தான், இந்த துன்பம் நடந்தது தான், இந்த கிராமத்தில் எல்லாருக்கும் நடந்திருக்கிற விதமாண்டு அவங்கள ஏற்றுக்கொள்ள வச்சு அவங்கள அதை ஏற்றுக்கொண்ட பிறகு இப்படி டாக்டர் ஒரு ஆள் இருக்கிறேன், உங்களை நித்திர வேறையிலையோ தலைவலி அப்படி தாங்க முடியாமல் இருக்குதுன்னு சொன்னால் உங்களோட நீங்கள் டாக்டர்கிட்ட ஆலோசனை கேட்கலாம்னு சொல்லி அவங்களுக்கு டாக்டர்கிட்ட கூட்டிக்கொண்டு.
By addressing people's well-being, there is opportunity to potentially shield individuals from psychiatric illness, encourage speedier emotional and social recovery, as well as support families and communities to look toward a positive and peaceful future. The Integrated Farming and Sustainable Agriculture Project assisted small and medium-scale dairy and agricultural farmers in the dry zone to establish sustainable integrated farming systems in their homesteads. Chena cultivation was the only alternative income generation mechanism for farmers who were living in areas with extreme water scarcity that prevented them from cultivating in both seasons of Yala and Maha. The project provided a series of technical trainings on water and soil conservation, rainwater harvesting, perennial crop establishment, integrated pest management, animal husbandry, and compost making. While supporting the farmers to earn a regular and a reasonable income, coupled with value-added and collective marketing, the project also connected them to widely established marketing networks of Milko and Cargills. 8,660 additional acres of unused agricultural land in the dry zone was brought under cultivation, benefiting 5,775 families. Even as Sri Lanka rebuilds after a long and bitter war, World Vision firmly believes that the rebuilding of the country should be everybody's responsibility. World Vision has intentionally sought like-minded partners from the public and private sectors to forge new partnerships and assist the organization to ensure the country never slips back to those days of war again. Even as World Vision marks 35 years in Sri Lanka, it renews its pledge to continue its journey of caring commitment for the children of Sri Lanka. World Vision Sri Lanka.